moving abroad or living abroad can really be the experience we dream of. But most of the time, we tend to buckle up in this like craziness and stress and overwhelm of moving abroad that it actually looks like something we should be fearful of, or scared of, or not knowing where to do. And we think the key thing to make sure it's the experience you dream of is bringing in some joy to everything we do. And that's what we want to talk to you about today.
And, let us tell you a secret, and we'll talk about it in a moment. You don't have to look very far outside to bring the joy. Usually, it's much closer than you think.
Yeah, it's more obvious than you think.
Yes. Welcome to our Coffee Talkie Show. So we hope you have your coffee with you or your tea, whatever suits you.
Cheers! I missed you this weekend. For those of you who don't know, we spent a lot of time together and we had 5 days without each other. Feels so weird. So happy that you're here with me and that we're gonna do another episode.
Yes,
today.
Absolutely. So make sure you have a notebook maybe or a piece of paper and a pen to write some notes. If you have any questions, please type them and we'll answer them. You can always for sure send us a message or an email or a DM or whatever.
Find your best way to reach out to us. We are answering everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
So today I wanted to talk to you about something that is very important to us, I think. Moving abroad or living abroad can really be the experience we dream of. But most of the time, we tend to buckle up in this like craziness and stress and overwhelm of moving abroad that it actually looks like something we should be fearful of, or scared of, or not knowing where to do. And we think the key thing to make sure it's the experience you dream of is bringing in some joy to everything we do. And that's what we want to talk to you about today.
And, let us tell you a secret, and we'll talk about it in a moment. You don't have to look very far outside to bring the joy. Usually, it's much closer than you think.
Yeah, it's more obvious than you think.
Yes, absolutely. So, we've been talking to women that are moving abroad, that moved abroad for a long time now. We've talked to hundreds of women. We've been moving abroad since our very early childhood. We know what it is like to move abroad, and we've seen so many others do it. And sadly, we see a lot of women struggling when they're moving abroad and, making it challenging even more than it is already. And we want to change this. We want to change this misconception that moving abroad is also a lot of challenges, a lot of struggle, a lot of hard moments, because it can also be really, really fun. And, we believe that if you chose to make this crazy move, take your life and to another place in the world, then it should be for an improvement of your life, at least, okay? Or you should maybe thrive abroad. I don't know if
it really depends. And don't get us wrong. We know also a couple of ladies that have a great life out there, and no matter where they live, and they find ways to make it happen. And it's not that everyone that moves abroad is becoming desperate or depressed at some point, not at all. But I think this is the thing. It's about understanding why are you moving somewhere, and if you decided to improve your life, if you decided that you made a choice for your career, for your love life, for your kids, for the opportunities, for yourself. Like, I had a conversation the other day with a friend that shared with me that she always wanted to live in the US, and she's from Europe and she really wants to move to the US, and she doesn't know how to even tackle this. And she moved a lot within Europe, but the US looks like, oh my God, how am I even gonna do that? Over the sea. Like, it's so, bring the ship, I'm moving. And one of the things she said is like, I feel like I need to give it a try. And I was like, this is exactly it. Find your way to do things. And when we're talking here about bringing the joy. It's about adding some fun, some joy moments, some enjoyment in the process of this desire to make a change. Because otherwise, yes, it change, and change can sometimes be challenging and different. And yeah.
And you know, it's very important, like you said, to add the fun into the process of moving, and not to wait that the move is over, all the technical things are sorted, the logistics are sorted, you have your visa, you have a job, you have an apartment, the kids are in school, everything is settled, and then you can start looking for the fun. It's not about that. It's about a whole journey, that it's an adventure, you know, the whole journey is an adventure, and it should be joyful. Okay, you should enjoy it, at least some of it, okay? Because let's face it, there are things that are not very joyful, like applying for a visa, like having a bank account open. It's not the thing itself, the technical thing is not necessarily joyful.
But what can you do to make even those things more joyful?
Yeah.
And I don't know how it is for you, but when I have to, for example, look at paperwork, and it's not a task that I like. Some people do, but I don't. And I just look for ways to make it more fun and more pleasing to me. Yeah. So I will maybe put some music on, or I will like know that I have something planned just after. So I'm like excited for what's coming. Like I'll schedule a meeting with a friend for 2 hours later, so I know that I have this amazing thing coming up, and then the time goes faster and I'm more excited, and I'm not going down into this, I don't really like the task that I'm doing right now.
I think there are 3 parts where you can add some joy and some fun. So it's during the thing you have to do, like it could be a small task like paperwork or the move abroad. So during this process, while you're doing it, and after. And after is very important, because that's the time to celebrate what you did. And that's a great way to add some fun to it, to add some joy, to celebrate what you achieved, because you've done, and think about it for a moment, you've done a lot of things that you say to yourself maybe, well, that's nothing. But really, it's not nothing. If you just stop for a moment to acknowledge what you've done, to add some fun to it, to, you know, it could be a high five with someone or with yourself. It could be a smile, you know, just bring this feeling of joy. It's like butterflies in your stomach. It's just for a moment, stop everything, stop all your worries, all the struggles that you have, stop everything, just enjoy this moment that you succeed in something. And that's a great way to add the joy and the fun.
And you know, it's funny, as we speak here, I have this song playing in my head very, very loudly. We are Disney fans, and I have this like a spoonful of sugar song of Mary Poppins. Like, with every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game. And like,
can you tell we are Disney fans? We should do an episode about
Disney. We're very big fans of Disney. But what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of things. When you have this spirit in your head of every job that must be done, you bring an element of fun to it, and then you make everything better for you. Because at the end, like, I'll share with you something that I used to say to my employees back in the time that I was in advertising. The task will have to be done, whether you want it or not. Like, if you decided to move abroad, you have to apply for visa. You have to pack. You have to put yourself on a plane. You have to find an apartment. You have to look for a job. You have to sort out, like, those tasks, you'll have to do them. How long they will take, how hard it will be for you, or how pleasant it will be for you, that's up to you. Like, if you decide that, okay, I see this task, I know I will do it, but how can I make it better for me, then you will still do it. But when you're done with it, you will look back and be like, actually, piece of cake. I enjoyed this part. Like, it's part of the good things about moving abroad, and not now I need a 2 weeks holiday because I just finished packing. Like, it's about how you approach every single task that you have to take care of.
You can move abroad, and struggle all the way. If this is your cup of tea, great. But if not, and we really hope you're not this person, but you could do it either way. It's your choice. This is what we're saying here all the time. This is your choice. This is how you approach the situation. This is what you'll get. And we say it a lot, it's like you could have just vanilla ice cream, plain vanilla ice cream, and it will be okay.
Yeah.
But you could add to it chocolate sauce on top, and sprinkles, and a cherry, and Oreos, and whatever you like to make it more fun and more pleasing. Okay, because, and we said it as well, life is about living it, not just struggling and staying, breathing on this earth. It's not about that. Okay, and moving abroad is a great opportunity to start bringing the joy, to start living your life as you want it.
Yeah, and it's funny, we mentioned Disney a couple of seconds ago, but I remember packing on my last move, and packing is never like the funniest thing to do, even though I really enjoy packing because it's time to get rid of stuff, and you look at it, but you can get a little bit emotional and sentimental, and like look at your thing.
And it's a lot of work.
And it's a lot of work. And like you're doing a lot, and then you look at the background and you're like, but what have I done? Like there's still so many things going on. And I remember turning on the radio on this day, and it was they had like the 100 songs, Disney songs of the year, or something like, or of the decade. It was like 2020, 100 Disney songs of the decade, and I was like, yes. And I really remember like being, okay, this is going to be a fun moment. I have now a 3-hour playlist going on. That's the time I'm gonna do packing. And they're only going to be while I listen to favorite songs that I really love. How amazing is that? Yeah. And you know what? Those 3 hours went by like this.
Yes, absolutely. And I think this would be our first tip, for bringing the joy and the fun to whatever you're doing, It can be regarding your move abroad or everything else.
In your everyday life.
Okay? Music. Put on music that makes you feel good. And we know those songs because when you hear them on the radio or on the TV, it's like, hey, I like this song, right?
Exactly.
Make yourself a playlist of those songs that uplift you, that makes you feel better. And while you're doing things that are not necessarily fun, put your happy playlist on, okay?
Yeah.
So it could be Disney music or uplifting beats, know. Those are very helpful, you can look for those. There are already some ready for you, motivating playlists, Disney playlists.
We even have our playlist. Go and check it out.
Happy songs, or the best would be to make your own because you're unique. If opera music turns you on, great, put those on. I know someone that really loves Italian songs, and that's his kick, okay? Great, put those. Make it fun for you, okay? And enjoy this moment, You're not enjoying your task, at least enjoy what you're hearing, right? So this will be our first tip for today.
Yeah. And another tip that I can give you, and I've done it a couple of times, and I've heard it another, like I shared it with others, and they've done it, and then they said to me, it was an amazing thing. Make a party out of something that you have to do. So I don't say like you need to invite 50 people and to create like a theme and everything, but when you invite a couple of people that you really enjoy spending time with, and every time you're with them, it's gonna end up in laughing and telling stories and having a good time. Well, invite those people to share with you something that currently you really don't feel like doing. Packing is one of them, but actually I know a couple of friends that are doing their taxes like that. So they will meet once a month for a taxes party, and they will come up and they will bring their favorite snacks and drinks, and they will like hang out together, everyone with their computer. and they do it together to make it more playful and more amusing than just sitting plain with your taxes form and wanting to I'm not gonna continue my sentence, but you understand what I'm saying.
It's the company that you're with. You don't have to do anything by yourself all alone, because if you like it, great, but if you don't, first you could use the help, and second, you'll be surrounded with people that uplift you, that makes you feel better. And that's the fun. That's the sprinkles on your vanilla ice cream, okay? So make sure you're spending your time with people that you like, and be careful to not do it with people that are bringing you down.
Yeah.
Because if you're moving abroad, for example, and you decide to have a packing party, but you invite people that will only tell you, oh, I can't believe you're leaving. Oh, you're not gonna give up this one. Oh, I just like... No, not helpful at all. You know, we need up, not down.
Yeah.
Okay? So be careful about that.
Yeah. So people in general, good ones, important, but making parties out of things that you have to take care of will bring this joy that we're talking here today. So those are two tips. Decide how you want to look at that. Do you have another tip?
So like we said, celebrate everything that you do, even the really, really small things. Okay, you packed a box. Yeah, you don't have to throw a party, you know, every time that you pack a box, but celebrate with yourself. You know, give a high five to someone, or smile at yourself, or do a little jump, or just scream out, yay, like, yay, I got this. I'm doing things, I'm progressing all the time. It's so important to notice how you're progressing, okay? Because like you said before, sometimes you pack for hours, then you look back and you say, what have I done for the last 3 hours? Well, look in front of you, count, you've packed 10 boxes, great, celebrate this instead of looking of what you haven't done yet.
Yeah. And actually, I have a packing tip that I want to share, and I think it's relevant here because it's part of this joyful thing. So when we move abroad, we're packing everything, and we usually, depend on how organized you are, you will pack things based on like, this goes to the kitchen, this goes to the bedroom, this goes to the living room, this is part of the kids, this is stuff that I don't need to touch, but I need to pack them, and etc., etc. Over the years, and again, like, we moved so many times, whether it's countries, I think we have 8 relocation each, different countries, or even within the same country, moving houses, etc. Packing is definitely something we're used to. But one thing I adopted, I think about 10 years ago, is to have one piece of packing, sometimes it's boxes, sometimes it's a suitcase, that is my favorite things. The things that I really enjoy having, and I always pack them together. I combine them from different places of the house, and I pack them in one thing, because this is the first thing I want to unpack when I can. So that actually unpacking, because we talk a lot about packing, and packing is a hard thing in itself, but actually unpacking takes sometimes more time, because you need to find how to organize it in the new place, and the place is not exactly what you wanted, and you don't have the shelf that you wanted, and you don't have, and you find yourself with all those boxes staying for hours, for months. But I have this box, this suitcase, this one piece of thing that I unpacked first, because I want those things that brings me joy as soon as possible in my new place. I don't want to find them later on. So that's another tip I have for you. Help yourself. Think of yourself in the future. I don't know. Add some funky notes in your boxes that when you unpack them, you will be like, hey, I haven't seen you for 3 months. Thank you for the cheer. Be your own cheerleader.
And you remember at the very beginning of this episode, we said that you don't have to look very far for those fun and joyful moments. They are usually inside of you, okay? You just need to light this little fire inside you, and once you're used to looking for those small things that can add some joy to whatever you're doing, then you start using them more and more. And we talked about packing, but it can also be applying for a visa is a long process and lots of paperwork. So every form that you fill out, celebrate, put on stickers. I put sticky notes, like colorful sticky note. You got this on those paper forms, because it's hard for me and I don't like doing this. So I'm putting myself sticky notes. You got this. Breathe, because I need sometimes a reminder to breathe. Then it's okay. So help yourself, because nobody is going to do that for you, okay? Yeah. And that's a great thing if you think about it, because if you're responsible for your own happiness and joy, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So exactly. That's kind of amazing,
So celebration is a big part of it. And you can also like plan ahead. If, for example, you know that you have, like I know you had this when your husband got his visa, you had a celebration plan. Like you went and you got a bottle of champagne and you were like, I know it's going to happen. We're going to make a celebration out of it when it happens. So
we had a bottle of champagne waiting for us in the fridge, and it took us a year
but it was there
to get the visa. But we were waiting for the celebration after, because it's much more fun to wait for a celebration than for a visa.
Yeah,
because it's not interesting.
Yeah. So it's about adding celebration to the process, and also scheduling celebration in advance, so like there's something amazing to look for. Like, I don't know, have a party, organize a party for whatever you want, like that is upcoming, and you have it in your calendar, like on this date I'm gonna celebrate hard, and it's fun.
And I want to tell you something and share with you a small story. You probably don't remember this because you were too little, but you've heard the story before. You can make fun from very minimalistic things and very common things, maybe simple things. It's all about how you approach the situation, okay? When we first moved abroad, when I was 6 years old, you were 2 years old, we moved from Israel to France. We arrived to an empty apartment in a new country, new city. We didn't know anyone there, and we arrived with 2 suitcases. All the family, 4 people with 2 suitcases. Sounds so sad right now, but that's the truth, okay? And the apartment was empty, like nothing in the apartment. No beds, no sofas, nothing, no curtains, nothing. And well, we had to sleep there on the floor. And our mom opened the suitcases. She emptied both suitcases. She put some towels inside of them, and we slept inside those suitcases. You and me, they probably slept on the floor. But for you and me, it was like a slumber party in the suitcase. Yay, so fun. And that's the moment where I really, really appreciate our parents for making fun of such a lousy situation, okay? Because I can only imagine now, being a mom, like how stressing it is that you need to sleep on the floor, for the first night in a new country where it's already so stressful. But how can you make it fun and, communicate it as a fun moment, and a great memory for me, for you?
I don't remember, but I'm sure it was fun.
It was fun. Like it was like a super nice thing, and that's really all you need to do sometimes is communicate the same situation in another way, and the joy was there. There is nothing external in this situation. It's all coming from within and spreading outside.
And I think this joy, it's not like a surprise that this is what we believe in and this is what we're communicating here to you, because this is how we grew up. Like, we really believe that you need to look for what's good, what's fun, what's amazing in your life right now, and make the simple things, the obstacles, funnier. And I have it's another memory. True, it's not about moving abroad, but it's about how do you take a situation that might be stressful, unpleasant, and can turn very quick into an all day into wow, what an amazing memory. And I'm sure you remember it. It was our grandma. We planned a picnic day, and we were supposed to go out, and we planned this picnic for like, I don't know, for me as a kid it looked like hours. It probably took 30 minutes where we organized everything. And none of us, because this is how we are, and our grandma definitely was like that, looked at the weather forecast, and we planned everything, and it was amazing, and we were super ready to go. And as soon as we wanted to go out, it started pouring rain outside. Now, I know a lot of people that would be like devastated by this and be like, okay, so what am I doing? Nothing. Let's go and turn on the TV and end of the day. But our grandma was like, I promised you a picnic. We're gonna have a picnic. She literally turned the living room into like this crazy thing. She put like lots of things all around. We sat on the floor and we ate what we prepared for I don't know how long before, and we made it fun at home, even though like it could have been very quick a situation that would have turned completely wrong. But this is how we look at life. This is how we believe life should be living. It's really about the situations. It's up to you. What's wrong is out there. Make it right. Make it better. Make it funnier. Make it joyful for yourself, and communicate it to others.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you communicate it to others, it makes things much more simpler to everyone. Okay, because let's face it, people like fun. They don't like when it's hard and struggle and challenging and boring. People don't like that.
No.
I'm sure you too. So make it fun. Enjoy it. You know, like you said, there are so many challenges out there already. They're there. You don't need to search for them. It's there. But you can bring to those situations the fun that you have inside of you. I'm sure you do, you know. And if you don't, practice it. It's something that you're not born happy and joyful.
No.
It's not about that. It's a skill that you can develop, you know. And the joy. At first, you'll need to force yourself, maybe, you know, make it more external, like adding music, for example, or being with people that are more joyful, or I don't know, decorate your house in a more joyful way. I don't know. At first it's external, but then you can make fun in a situation where there's nothing external. Like I told you before, we were in an empty apartment, nothing there, not even music, because there were no iPhones there.
No iPhones, there's no speakers, no nothing.
We had speakers after.
But you know, it's really about what you decide to make out of situations. And you know, like, we have a lot of examples here because it's part of showing you that it's really how you approach things. But really recently, I had a funnier situation. A friend of mine decided to live friends, and he had to get rid of all his stuff, which he was really, really emotional about. And one of the things is that he gave to his best friend all of his electronic device. Now, I don't know if you know men that are close to 40, they look at those like gadgets as if they are babies. Like, this is their precious thing. Cables, they get super excited. So he was really sad that he had to give it up, but he knew that actually his friend is really excited of getting it up, but his friend was also really sad that he's leaving. So, you know, it was like a very emotional situation. And one of the funniest things that they've done is that he just added on a couple of those electric devices after he put them back in the box, like those Christmas presents, like flowers and some ribbons and stuff like that. And it was like, it's an early Christmas gift. So he turned it from, I'm sad I'm getting rid of it, I'm sad I'm living, you're sad I'm living, and you're like feeling bad to take all my stuff, into actually it's an amazing, you're getting like, I don't know, there was a lot of money poured into this. Let's make it a summer Christmas gift. So it's about how you say it, and there was nothing more there. Like, it's just how you say it is, how you make it, and
how you wrap it
up. Exactly. It's about how you wrap it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said before, it's all about you. If you won't do it, nobody else will do it for you, unless you're a child, but I don't think so. You have to take care of this thing for yourself, and it's really for you, because when you live this journey, this adventure of moving abroad in a fun way, then everything will look better to you.
True.
So
and I'll say something about this. We have a tendency to think that, I wish someone would organize me a party before I leave, or I wish someone would help me. Why don't they think I need help? Why don't they? Or it would have been so nice if someone would take me to the airport. It would have been so nice. True. Maybe you have some really, really great friends or family that knows you that well that they will do those things for you. And they will be this person that you want. But sometimes it's in those moments that we realize that people don't really know what will make us happier in this situation. So the best thing is actually tell them. Or organize it yourself. It doesn't make you lousy or lame that you organize yourself things, but you can say, listen, that's what I really want on my last day in one place, or on my first day in another place. I want this and that. I'm making it happen. And communicate to others. Actually, I really want you to take me to the airport. I really want someone to be there. I really want you to, what will make you feel joy and these butterflies and these excitements and make you feel great about your decision. Make sure people around you know that, so they can actually deliver what you would wish they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't wait around.
Yeah, so, and bring the fun,
Yeah.
It's there. Look for it, it's there.
It's there.
Use it. Yeah. So, I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
If you're having a hard time finding the joy and the fun, please reach out. We are here for you. We can help you find the joy inside yourself. We know it's there. Just need maybe a little nudge to get there. So reach out. Don't be if you have any other questions regarding your move abroad or this episode, please tell us.
And we'll see you next week.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram if you're not already, or on Facebook.
And subscribe to this podcast. We love doing our lives with you, but it's also available on different platforms. So wherever you listen to this, enjoy. Do something fun for yourself today, please. It's really important. Add some joy to whatever you have to deal with today. Add some joy to this.
So thank you so much for being here with us. And
we wish you an amazing day. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.